Hi everyone, and welcome to your quick and effective foam rolling routine. I'm Yasmine Say, I'm founder and owner of Say Fitness Personal Training. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this one. So let's get started. So there are loads of benefits to using a foam roller, and it doesn't have to be the trigger point foam roller like I have here. You might have one of those smooth foam rollers at home. So the main benefit, as you might have heard before, is for myofascial release, which in basically simple terms is getting rid of those really tight knots in the muscles. Another benefit of using foam rollers is to improve blood circulation, so to avoid that blood pooling sensation, so that sluggish sensation, let's say when you get back from a run and your legs are feeling really sluggish and heavy. And generally you can use a foam roller to mobilize the full body. That's why it's a great routine to do pre or post workout. A couple of notes before we get started. One is that you never want to foam roll over a joint. And secondly, we want to encourage foam rolling up in the direction of the heart, so in the direction of the blood flow. So let's get started with a little bit of mobilization through the shoulders here. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees, and we're going to bring the blade edge of our hands, of our palms, onto the foam roller. As you inhale, I want you to roll out the roller right in front of you, stretching out those arms nice and long. And as you exhale, rolling it back in and rounding the spine into your cat stretch. So as you inhale, you're releasing those shoulders down towards the mat, and as you exhale, rolling it back in. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling, and then exhaling, and then last time, inhale, and then exhale. Great. And then from here, we're going to get a little bit of rotation through our thoracic spine, so the mid-range of the spine here and the longest region of your spine. So bringing the foam roller onto the right-hand side of the body and coming onto your hands and knees. So the shoulders are over the wrists and the hips are over the knees here. I'm going to bring my left hand onto the foam roller. And as I exhale, keeping those hips stacked over the knees, I'm going to roll the foam roller away. So I'm threading the needle here as I exhale. And this allows you to stretch a little bit further as you roll the foam roller a little bit further each time on your exhale and drawing it back in. So you want to be aiming for about 5 to 10 reps on each side here. Really depends how much time you have to do your foam rolling routine. And then you're switching over to the other side. So heading over to the other side, opposite hand onto the foam roller, and you can see that rotation through my mid-spine here. I'm rotating from my rib cage all the way through and then back, using my exhale to go a little bit deeper each time. And then let's finish off with one more here and then release. So I'm slowly making my way down the body, and I'm going to now work through some thoracic extension. So I'm coming into a seated position and leaning back into my foam roller. It's just positioned almost at the bottom of my shoulder blades here. Bending my knees, feet flat on the floor. As I take my inhale here, so inhale to promote that extension as I lengthen over the foam roller. Now you might not reach the floor, that's absolutely fine. You might be feeling very tight through that thoracic spine. So just be gentle. Maybe with each repetition, you can fold a little bit deeper into that extension. And then back. And then inhale, lengthen, reaching those fingertips long. And then coming back. And let's do that one more time, and maybe you want to hold it here. So really relaxing into it, opening up the chest here for 3, 2, 1, and then coming back. Now, I might want to roll a little bit deeper into that mid-spine. So in terms of foam rolling, I want to be rolling deeper as I roll up through the spine and then releasing down back to my starting position. So from here, I usually cross my arms over my chest, lift my hips, and then start to roll upwards, releasing down, and then press a little bit deeper into the foam roller as I roll up. So I'm just going through that midsection, nice and slow, nice and controlled here. Inhale, release, and then exhaling, rolling up. And I might just slightly turn over to my right-hand side. I can feel it a little bit sticky onto my right-hand side here, a little bit tighter as I go through sort of the rhomboid area, and then down, and then I might tip over to my left. And then release, and then exhale. And then last time here, and then release. Moving down the body into the lower back region. So here, again, make sure you're comfortable, lifting those hips. And of course, if this isn't a comfortable arm positioning for you, you can support yourself onto the floor here. So from here, I'm rolling up, just that lower back section, and then releasing. And then deeper, pressing a little bit deeper. And of course, I'm going to feel it more because I've got the grid foam roller here. And let's just do that one more time. And then exhale, and then release. Moving on to glutes, probably my favorite area to foam roll, and so effective. So the technique I use is sitting onto the foam roller like this, crossing my left foot over my right thigh. Now from here, this figure of 4 stretch, I'm going to tip onto my left glute a little bit more. So now it's a question of where you find those really, really tricky points here. So where are those tight muscles? Where are those tight spots? So I often do a little bit of exploration work here, moving in different directions, at different angles. And then when I find that sore spot, I hold it. And I place as much weight as I can into that sore spot. Just about 10-15 seconds before I then roll it out again. And once I've done that on one side, I can also do a little bit of rocking side to side here, just to ease some of those really sore spots. And then I go over to the other side. So right foot over the left thigh, tip onto that right hip a little bit more, onto that right glute. And then I explore a little bit, trying to find those sore spots, those trigger spots, where I just need to release those tight areas, and then I hold. So I found it here, probably around the piriformis muscle, often a very tight area. And then as I slowly roll it out after about 10 to 15 seconds. And again, I might rock side to side. Moving down into the hamstrings. So with the hamstrings, I start just above the knee here, and I cross the other leg over, okay? Just so I've got pretty much most of my weight going into that leg, into those hamstrings. So I roll all the way up towards the buttock, and then release gently on the way down. So rolling up in the direction of the heart, and then releasing down. So I'm very careful not to roll over the joints here, so I'm not going past the knee, and then up. I can again twist my body a little bit, left and right, if I want to cover a little bit more surface area. And then I stay on that right leg, and I move down towards the calf. Again, lifting my hips, my whole body weight now, and then rolling up just below the knee, and then releasing. And calves, of course, another very key tight area here. So I work at different angles, rolling just to the outer side of the calf here, and then the inner side as well. And then up. Switching over to the other side. Remember, if you have more time to be spending on foam rolling, you can of course spend longer on your tighter areas. I'm just giving you a quick run through a full body foam rolling routine. So I'm over onto the left leg now, and then bringing it back up. And then up, and again twisting. You soon realize where your tighter areas are in the body, And remember, you don't have to spend the longest time foam rolling, but if it helps reduce that muscle soreness and all those little niggles, maybe those sort of niggling injuries that you've been ignoring or putting off, it might be worth investing a bit of time in your foam rolling. And then down into the calf area on my left-hand side. Yep, definitely as tight as the right-hand side. And then up. And definitely you feel the grooves of the trigger grid foam roller. It's definitely pleasure and a bit of pain here. And if you have time, I would concentrate also on the IT band, which is just down the side of the leg. So I'll just demonstrate that on one side. And if you have time to do it, I would encourage you to do that. So just above the knee here, a little bit of a tricky position to come into. But from the top of the knee, you're going to roll all the way down to the hip crease, or just the top of that hip here. It's almost like a little groove there that you can find that you just get a little bit stuck, and then you release gently all the way down. So rolling, 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 and again, up to you how much weight you place into this, and then release, and then you just do one more here, all the way up, and then down. And then once you've done your hamstrings and calves, we flip over onto our quads here. So our quadriceps muscles, the front of the thighs here. And I like to get a little bit more bang for my buck, so I do both together. But if you have time, I would do them individually. So bringing yourself just above the knees here, and then rolling all the way up towards your hip crease, towards your hip flexors, and then releasing. So releasing all the way down here, really pressing, well, as hard as you can find comfortable, and then up. Of course, if you were doing single, you're placing a little bit more body weight as you roll up towards the hip crease, and then release, and then finding those different angles as well. Of course, all the different muscles of the quadriceps. So you can go slightly more towards the IT band as well. Well, I hope that foam rolling routine proved to be useful for you in helping to alleviate muscle soreness in your body. Please don't forget to like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this one. I look forward to seeing you in the next workout.